In the world of robotics, sensors, microcontrollers, and actuators, they all communicate with each other using signals. And some of these signals are analog, like smooth signals, for example, variation in temperature. At the same time, some of the signals can be digital, for example, a simple on and off switch. Understanding how these signals work and when to use these signals is very important when you are building a robot. Whether you are working with motors, distance sensors, or even simple buttons, knowing the difference between the analog and digital signals can help you avoid mistakes, make smarter design choices, and take your robotics games to a whole new level. By the end of this video, you should be able to understand what analog and digital signals are, what are the difference between these two types of signals, and where we use these kind of signals in robotics. And guys, if you have any doubts, make sure you ask it in the comments down below. So first, let's take a look at analog signals. Imagine a dimmer switch for a light. You can turn it up or down gradually and the light gets brighter or dimmer. That's how analog signals work. They can take any values within a range. In robotics, many sensors output the analog signals. For example, a temperature sensor might give you a voltage between 0 to 5 volt depending on how hot or cold it is. These signals give more detailed information because they are not just yes or no, they show everything in between. Let's consider a temperature range from 0 to 100 degrees Celsius and the sensor will be giving an output in the range of 0 to 5 volts. Okay, so if the temperature is 0 degrees Celsius, we will be getting the output 0 volt from the sensor. If the temperature is 100 degrees Celsius, we will be getting a 5 volt from the sensor. If the temperature is 50 degrees Celsius, we will be getting the output 2.5 volt. And not just this, we will be getting every value from 0 to 100 degrees Celsius as an output of 0 to 5 volt. That means analog signals are not just 0 volt or 5 volt or yes or no. We will be getting a whole range of voltage from an analog sensor. Now, let's take a look at the digital signals. Digital signals are way more easy. They are either on or off, 0 or 1. True or false. Either something is there or not. As an example, you can think of a simple light switch. It's either on or off. There is no in between. They are easier for microcontrollers to understand quickly and are less affected by electrical noise. That makes them great for clear, reliable decisions like detecting whether a robot hit a wall or not. Let me give you another example that will help you to understand things more easily. Analog signal is like listening to a song and all the notes that are being played in that song. At the same time, digital signals is like just checking whether the song is being played or not. Analog signals can vary smoothly, but at the same time, digital signals will be switching between two fixed states. But what about analog signals and digital signals in robotics? In robotics, this difference means analog signals are better for precise measurements like sensing distance, light, or sound levels, while digital signals is best for simple actions like detecting obstacles or turning something on and off. For example, let's consider an analog moisture sensor. This sensor can not only check whether the soil is moist or dry, it can sense the percentage of moisture that is present in the soil. And let's say this moisture sensor is attached to a microcontroller of a robot that will be watering the plant when the water level is going low in the soil. So, with the analog value, the robot have a better understanding of the moisture level of the soil and can water the plants accordingly. Now imagine a robot that is attached to a bump sensor. With that sensor, the robot needs to know only one thing, whether the bump sensor hits something or not. Just a yes or no. If the sensor hits something, it will be sending a 1 or true state to the microcontroller of the robot. So the robot will understand, okay, I hit something. But if the robot haven't hit anything yet, it will still be receiving 0. Digital signals like this helps the robot to make quick decisions and save a lot of processing power. Now, speaking about circuit, let me quickly introduce you to Altium, which is a powerful schematic and PCB design tool that can really help you in the field of robotics and electronics, who is the sponsor of this video. If you watch our videos, you know we use a tool called Altium for most of our robotics projects to draw our circuits and design our own PCBs. It's easy to create our own PCBs using Altium, and if you're a DIY electronics enthusiast, you're going to love it. An Altium subscription includes something called Altium 365, which lets you design, share, and manufacture your project, everything in one place. You can even collaborate on your circuit with friends and share real-time feedback. So if you want to check it out, the link is in the description so you can download and try it for yourself. And the next question is, can analog signals become digital signals? And the answer is yes. And that's one of the coolest thing about today's microcontrollers. It can take smooth real-world signals and convert them into something digital that a robot can understand. Let's take a look at Arduino Uno for example. It has something called ADC, which stands for Analog to Digital Converter. And here is how it works. Let's say you connect a potentiometer, a knob that adjusts voltage, to one of Arduino's analog input pins, like A0. As you turn the knob, the voltage at pin A0 will be varying from 0 to 5 volt, and that is an analog signal. But the problem is Arduino's analog pin cannot directly understand analog signal. So there is an ADC or analog to digital converter that is connected to pin A0 that will be converting the analog voltage, that is 0 to 5 volt, to a digital voltage. That means a value from 0 to 1023. But why 1024? Because Arduino Uno has a 10-bit ADC. So the number of states will be 2 raised to 10. That is 1024. So every value between 0 to 5 volt will be mapped to a value between 0 to 1023, and that is what we see in the serial monitor. So this is how an analog digital converter in an Arduino works. Like that, we have circuits that will convert digital signals to analog signals as well. Those are called digital to analog converters or DACs. So the next question is, when you are building a robot, when will you choose digital sensors or digital signals, and when will you choose analog sensors or analog signals? The short answer is, use analog signal when you need more details about a parameter. For example, a range of temperature, or a range of pressure, or a range of light. But at the same time, use digital signals when you need just a yes or no answer. And sometimes you will be using both digital and analog signals in the same project, and that's totally normal. The key is to match the sensor or signal type with what your robot actually needs to do. So basically, analog and digital signals are like two ways for us to communicate with our robot, or the robot to communicate with your sensors or other devices connected to it. One is full of rich details, but the other is simple and clear. Both are powerful and both are necessary. Once you understand how to use them properly, you unlock a whole new level of control and creativity in your robotics journey. Next time when you are working with a sensor or a button, ask yourself whether it is analog or digital, or ask yourself what the robot needs to do with that signal. If you find this video useful, give this video a like, and if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you check out our channel. There you will find a lot of videos about robotics.